In the annals of history, there's some moments that stand out as defining chapters in the story of our world. One such moment occurred in London in the year 1666, when the Great Fire of London ripped through the heart of the city, leaving behind a trail of destruction that would change London forever. Now, let us take a journey back in time to explore this catastrophic event that not only shook London to its core, but also served as a pivotal point in its history. Our story begins on a fateful night in September, as the sun set over London, casting long shadows over its bustling streets. The city was alive with activity. Little did the citizens know that a disaster of epic proportions was about to unfold. Imagine walking along the narrow cobblestone streets, lined with timber. Framed houses, their thatched roofs creating a labyrinth of shadows and flickering lamplight. The air was filled with the aroma of baking bread, wood smoke, and the lively chatter of merchants and their customers. Soudain, amidst this picturesque scene, a small spark ignited in the bakery owned by Thomas Farriner, located on the corner of Pudding and Cook Street. At first, it was just a tiny ember, unnoticed amid the hustle and bustle of the evening. But like a tiny flame, it grew steadily, threatening to engulf its surroundings. The exact cause of the fire remains a mystery lost to time. Perhaps it was an oven left unattended, a wayward spark, or the carelessness of a passer. Whatever the cause, the tiny spark soon turned into a raging inferno. Picture the site of the bakery ablaze, its timbers crackling and twisting as the flames climbed higher, licking at the thatched roofs of the neighboring houses. The fire was spreading rapidly. You can almost hear the panicked cries of the residents as they realize the gravity of the situation. With each passing moment, the fire grows stronger. Within moments, the flames leap from one roof to another, transforming the peaceful neighborhood into a scene of utter devastation. Now, imagine yourself in this chaotic situation. The air is thick with smoke. The ground trembles beneath your feet, and the cries of frightened people fill your ears. You struggle to navigate the labyrinthine streets, desperately searching for a way out of this fiery maze. But the fire seems relentless, blocking your path at every turn. Houses collapse, sending showers of sparks and burning debris into the air. Entire families flee, their faces streaked with soot and terror, clutching whatever possessions they can carry. Amidst the pandemonium, rumors spread like wildfire themselves, fanning the flames of fear and panic. People whisper tales of foreigners who deliberately set the city ablaze. Suspicions fall upon strangers, leading to acts of violence and looting. The unity of the community is torn apart by fear and uncertainty. But amidst the chaos, there are glimmers of humanity. Neighbors help neighbors, sharing what little food and water they have. Strangers unite to carry the sick and injured to safety. Acts of kindness and bravery shine through the darkness, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can endure. As the fire continues to rage, Londoners try everything they can to stop its relentless march. They form bucket brigades, passing buckets of water from person to person in a desperate attempt to douse the flames. Others use fire hooks, grappling with the burning timbers in a last-ditch effort to control the inferno. But these efforts seem futile against the sheer power of the fire. It's as if the flames have a life of their own, consuming everything in their path. Soon, the fire reaches a point where even the valiant efforts of London's citizens cannot contain it. The heat becomes unbearable, forcing people to flee farther and farther away from the city center. Many seek refuge in the surrounding countryside, abandoning their homes and businesses to the mercy of the flames. Among those who stay behind are the brave firefighters, who continue to battle the blaze, hoping to save at least a part of their city. They work tirelessly, but their faces are grim, knowing that the odds are against them. As the fire rages throughout the night, its glow illuminates the faces of those who have nowhere else to go. Families huddle together for warmth and comfort, sharing stories and singing songs to keep their spirits up. The Great Fire of London has become a defining moment for these people, a test of their strength and resilience. As dawn breaks over London, the true extent of the devastation becomes clear. The fire, which started in a small bakery, has now consumed a significant portion of the city. Entire neighborhoods are reduced to smoldering ruins, leaving behind a landscape that is both haunting and heartbreaking. The once familiar streets are transformed into a scene of utter destruction, littered with debris and the charred remains of people's belongings. In the midst of this devastation, the people of London begin to assess the damage and pick up the pieces of their lives. They return to their neighborhoods, their faces etched with sadness and determination. The Great Fire of London has left an indelible mark on the city and its people, but they are determined to rebuild and move forward. Now, picture this. You are standing amidst the smoldering ruins of London, the air thick with the smell of burnt timber and despair. Around you, people are picking through the ashes, searching for something, anything, that might have survived the fire. The silence is deafening, broken only by the crackling of the embers. It is a scene of utter devastation, a testament to the destructive power of nature and the fragility of human life. But amidst the despair, there is a glimmer of hope. The people of London begin to rally together, drawing strength from their shared adversity. They come together to help their neighbors, sharing what little they have left. Communities are formed around these acts of kindness and support, and together they begin the long process of rebuilding. And as the weeks turn into months, the landscape of London begins to change. The rubble is cleared away and the first tentative steps towards rebuilding are taken. New houses are constructed, though more sturdy materials, and the city begins to take on a different look. The Great Fire of London has not only destroyed a city, but also paved the way for its transformation. As London slowly rebuilds itself from the ashes, new ideas emerge about how to make the city more resilient. The streets are redesigned, now wider and more open, allowing for better air circulation and easier evacuation in case of future fires. Building codes are revised, mandating the use of fire-resistant materials and separation between structures. These changes transform London into a safer and more modern city. In the heart of this transformed London, a new St. Paul's Cathedral rises. Designed by the brilliant architect Sir Christopher Wren, the cathedral becomes a symbol of the city's rebirth. Its grand dome and towering spire pierce the sky, serving as a reminder of the devastation that struck before, while offering hope for the future. The cathedral stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of creativity in the face of adversity. The Great Fire of London was a catastrophe of immense proportions, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. But it also served as a catalyst for change, shaping the course of London's history. The city that emerged from the ashes was stronger, more resilient, and more innovative than before, and it was built on the foundation of the courage, determination, and unity displayed by its people during the darkest hours. Now, let's shift our focus to the aftermath of the fire. In the wake of this devastating event, London found itself at a critical juncture. The immediate concern was for the thousands who had lost their homes and livelihoods. Relief efforts were organized to provide food, water, and shelter to those in need. The citizens of London, though shaken by the disaster, came together to support one another. Neighboring communities reached out to help those who had been displaced, sharing what little they had. Charitable organizations and religious groups played a vital role in providing aid and comfort to the suffering. The financial cost of the fire was staggering. Entire communities were wiped out, leaving people without homes, businesses, or means of income. To address this, funds were raised through various means, including contributions from the king and the sale of property to accommodate the growing population of London. However, despite these efforts, the road to recovery was long and arduous. One of the immediate consequences of the fire was the displacement of a large portion of Londonese population. Thousands of people were forced to leave the city, seeking refuge in nearby towns and villages. This mass exodus put a strain on the resources of these host communities, which were not prepared to handle such a sudden influx of people. The influx of people led to shortages of food and other essential supplies. The host communities, already struggling to meet the needs of their own residents, found themselves stretched to their limits. This created tensions and resentment among the displaced Londoners and the host populations, leading to strained relationships and social unrest. As London began the process of rebuilding, it grappled with the challenges of accommodating its returning citizens. The shortage of housing and essential resources continued to be a pressing issue. The demand for new homes and basic supplies far outweighed the availability, leading to inflated prices and limited access for the most vulnerable. The economic impact of the fire was equally devastating. London had been a thriving commercial center before the disaster, but the fire destroyed businesses, disrupted trade, and led to widespread unemployment. The loss of homes and businesses resulted in a significant decline in the city's tax revenue, hindering the government's ability to fund reconstruction efforts. The emotional toll on the citizens of London cannot be overlooked. The fire had not only caused physical destruction, but also deep psychological trauma. The survivors were left traumatized by the experience, struggling to cope with the loss of their homes, loved ones, and sense of security. The tight-knit communities that had existed before the fire were torn apart, leaving people isolated and grieving. So the Great Fire of London serves as a powerful reminder of the fragility of human civilization and the resilience of the human spirit. The story of London's recovery from this disaster is a testament to the power of community, the importance of planning, and the indomitable spirit of those who rebuild their lives from the ashes.